Hey guys, it's Ashley with Pugs and Pearls, and today we are going to be doing another Get Ready With Me video on my channel. Today I actually have a bunch of things from Jeffree Star. I haven't really done a whole lot on his makeup brand, but I do have the Orgy palette, which is fairly new in the last couple of months. It's got a really nice like soft matte texture, and then of course my favorite, it is all nudes and they are all matte. So this is quite a lot to choose from. Obviously we're going to do a nice nude look today with these mattes. And then also I have gotten, I believe this is his Magic Star Concealer, and then this is the new Supreme Gloss that we're going to be trying out today. And then for foundation, I am going to be using something that I have been loving throughout pretty much 2020. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Candid Foundation, and I am in the shade 130. So I have been loving this. As you can tell, it's got a really nasty top here because it just gets all over the place, but it is nicely concealed. So that's what we're going to be using today. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, to start out with, I'm just going to take these two Sephora clips. They are kind of like mini clips, but they're really great just to like put my hair back so I don't get any makeup on it while I am starting. And they're small, but they work really, really well, and they don't put any crinks into your hair because I've already straightened it for the day. Alrighty guys, next up we are going to take this Wet n Wild Coconut Face Spray. This is just a really nice kind of base to put on. I really, really like it. It's extremely affordable. I'm so sorry if you hear squeaking in the background. That's Dutch. He's playing with a flamingo toy. So I'm going to be using this Mint Rush Lip Balm from Sugar today. I am out of my normal one. I normally use the Sol de Janeiro Lip Butter, but I need to get a new one. This one just twists up, and it actually does have like a light green kind of like color to it. But I just want to put some moisture into my lips before I do lipstick or gloss. Next up, we're taking my Benefit Professional. This is going to be my favorite primer that I use. I use it in almost all of my videos unless I'm testing out something else. It just has this nice kind of like little tan color, but what I really like about it is that it is very smooth and it fills in any pores, especially like on the bridge of my nose or on the tops of my cheeks. And it just fills in those pores and makes a nice smooth canvas and gets it ready for any kind of foundation that you're going to put on top of it. Just makes that foundation go on a lot smoother and a lot more even. Alrighty guys, so let's go ahead and move into the foundation. This is the Revlon Candid Photo Finish Foundation, or Photo Ready Foundation. This is in the shade 130. Again, I'm just going to pop the top. I like how it's like a really easy little pump. And I'm just going to do about a pump and a half. And as you can see, like, this is a really good shade color for me. I've been using this the last, like I said, pretty much the last year. Just gonna dab in and dab onto my face. Ooh, almost put that right in my mouth as I'm talking. And then I'm gonna take my favorite foundation brush. This is the Sigma F80. And I'm just going to blend that in. Get that on the other side here and just blend this out as well. And I like this because I feel like it blends in really quickly. It's really creamy. And again, it's a good shade color for me, so I've been enjoying using it. I find it to be a medium to full coverage. And I would say this is probably what I have on, about a medium coverage. I still see my freckles showing out a little bit or peeking through, but it still gives me like a nice coverage for work. I was using this a lot on Zoom calls and whatnot. Alrighty guys, next up, let's use this Magic Star Concealer. I love this. Is really, really detailed, very ornate, very Jeffree Star. This is in the shade C4.5. Now, unfortunately, it is not my exact shade. It leans a little, slightly yellow. I'm really an undertone of pink, but on the site, it's really hard to determine the color correctly. So I've always found that to be the issue with Jeffree Star products, is that the color is just a little hard to judge from the website. So I have to go off on a lot of videos and try to see if I can find someone that's kind of close to my complexion. Alright, so I'm going to take a little angled BH Cosmetics brush, and I am just going to pat that in. And again, I do think this gives pretty good coverage. I've used it a few times. While it's not my perfect shade, I still can blend it out and make it work. And what I'm doing is I'm going to kind of layer this. Like, I should have done this before I did my foundation, but I forgot. That's okay. What we're going to do is do a layer of this, and then I still have a little bit of that foundation left. So once I've got this on, I'm going to go back and just kind of top it, and that'll give me a more even finish, because this is really, really light. And again, slightly yellow, which doesn't quite match my skin tone. But I do think the coverage is nice. I think it's a very creamy consistency, and the wand on that gives you a lot of product when it comes out. So again, I'm just gonna go in with what I had left on my hand here, go back in my, my foundation brush, and I'm just going to go over the top of that just to smooth out the color. And I wouldn't have to do that if I had gotten a better shade, but since that shade is just a little off, again, not just my fault because I didn't order the right shade online. So guys, this is the Too Faced Primed Poreless Skin Smoothing Pressed Powder, one of my favorites. As you can see, it's well loved and it comes with a little sponge. So I'm just gonna take that, dab in, and then I'm just going to kind of pounce this on my skin. And again, it gives you a really nice matte finish. I really like pressed powders that are translucent, and this is a really nice one. I do know that they've repackaged it, so it does look a little different. It's more of a square box. It's not a round box anymore. So if you're looking for it, I will link it below. Alrighty guys, for my eye base, you can see I am scraping the barrel here. This is my MAC Painterly paint pot. It is a really good eye base, and again, I'm just gonna scrape and get a little bit on my eye. A little bit does go a long way. These pots will last you a good while. I only repurchase them every like 1.5 years, so I have consistently used this product. I absolutely love it, and one of the reasons is it really covers up any discoloration that your eyelid may have. It gives you a good base for eyeshadow, and it helps make those shadows stay on really vibrantly and also cling on to your lid all day long so that your makeup looks really, really good. Alrighty guys, next up I'm going to be taking this Becca kind of duo. It's got Flower Child for the blush and Champagne Pop for the highlighter. I actually am a fan of these. I wear these all the time, and I'm really kind of sad because I heard that Becca is kind of going out of business or being sold. Again, I'm not really sure. I think I talked about this in my last Get Ready With Me video. I still don't know exactly what's going on, but I'm gonna have to find some new blush and potentially some new highlighter. So if you guys have any recommendations about your favorites, please leave them in the comments below, because I am gonna have to find some new blush that I like. I really like light pink ones, or ones that give like a very natural rosy kind of color. Ones that can be used in like multiple looks so that you aren't constantly having to cycle through a ton of blush. I just tend to stick to what I like with blush for some reason, and I just feel like that one is very, very natural looking and goes with tons of things. And next up is my favorite little mini bronzer. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, a cult classic on YouTube. I've been using it for years myself. I just really, really like how the application is. It's very light, but it builds up. It does show. It smells really good if you've never smelled it. It has just this really pretty, almost like beachy suntan coconut scent, and it reminds me very much of like the tropics, and I just love it. So I do this down my neck, on my jawline, in the hollows of my cheeks, and on my temples as well. Alrighty guys, next up we are ready for the Orgy palette. Let's take a look again. So many great shades. This is just such a really big palette. Let me see, where do I want to start with this? I am gonna go in with, here we go. This one on the corner, Knee Pads. This is just kind of like almost like a neutral brown, and I'm gonna be taking a kind of like fluffy round brush. I'm just gonna tap into that slightly and kick that off. Sorry, that's my alarm. And I'm just gonna start into the corner of my eye, up in the top crease there, and I'm just gonna blend in. Start from the corner and just blend in, and as you can see, really nice pigment. Again, it's just really nice to build up and get some dimension. The shadows, I have to say, are just super, super creamy for mattes. There is a lot of kick up in the pan, but again, that doesn't bother me. I can just blow it off and tap off my brush before I do any application, but so far, I mean, those are like butter. All right, let's go in with a slightly more warm tone matte. This is called Versatile, and I'm gonna take just a little bit of a smaller fluffy brush. Again, tap off because there is a little bit of fallout, and I'm gonna focus this in the corner. I'm gonna blend a little bit into the crease, but also down a little bit onto the eyelid as well, and then into the center slightly, where the first outer third, I guess, of the eye is probably a better way to say that. Again, we're just trying to build up kind of a light to dark finish. All right, next we're gonna go in with a very dark chocolate matte. This is called Orgy, and this is a beautiful, beautiful dark brown. I'm taking a very narrow brush here just to kind of focus that into the outer corner. Again, I want to really darken up the V on the outside, so I'm going to brush down and I'm going to brush up and just blend. And I want to keep this mostly into that outer corner because I want that to be the darkest part. So now that we've got those colors on, I'm just taking a really nice fluffy brush and I'm just going to kind of blend that crease out. I want the colors to kind of go nicely together. I don't want anything to be too harsh, so if you've gotten any big buildup of a color that you need to blend into the next one, you can just do this for a little bit and then it looks a little bit more smooth and a little bit more seamless. Alrighty, and then for a pop of color right on the brow bone, I think we're gonna go with the lightest shade, and the lightest bright white is called I'm Shy. Gonna dab in here really quick, as you can see picks up really nicely, and I am just gonna put that in the very top brow bone to give me a pop of color. Alrighty guys, so I like what I've done as far as like the really pretty chocolate brown kind of like matte kind of shade on the crease, but I do want to now take this little Tarte pot, and this is in the shade Top Yacht. It is a chrome paint. This is what it looks like. I just screwed off the lid, and then it has a little stopper on it to help keep the pigment like kind of moist, and that is the color. It is a beautiful gold. So what I'm going to do is just kind of dab my finger in here. That tends to work best for me. Gives you a really lot of pigment there, and then I'm just going to tap that onto the eye. These chrome paint pots are really, really pigmented. And there you go. Just with the finger, it goes on really, really smoothly. Alrighty guys, moving on to the eyes, we're going to take this Sex Kitten eyeliner from Tarte. It is my favorite right now. It just gives you a really nice stark black line. And I'm just going to start from the inner corner and draw a straight line out. You might want to have to go over it a little bit when it's got a lot of like glitter chrome there, but it does give you a really nice pigment, and you just want to, again, make sure you let that dry for a few seconds so it doesn't transfer. For mascara, I am taking my Princess Lash from Essence. This is a really, really great, cheap, affordable mascara. It has kind of like a cone-shaped wand, so again, pretty easy to get in there and then just kind of pull up. I think it gives pretty good length, and I do think it gives you a little bit more thickness as well. And I really, really like this one. I think if you're looking for a bargain price mascara, you get a lot of bang for your buck with this one. And guys, for my lower lash line, I always use my Wet n Wild Mega Length mascara, only because it has the perfect tiny, tiny wand that gets right into those lower lashes and lets me pull them down without me getting stabbed in the eye by like a really big wand. Next up, we're going to do eyebrows, and we are going to take the Goof Proof Eye Pencil from Benefit. This is one of my favorite eyebrow products, just because the way it is shaped makes it so easy to apply. It has like a diamond tipped, and I just kind of run through my brows. I really have a lot of eyebrows. They're very thick, so what I do is just try to fill in any spots that might not be like as filled in. You do have little sparse spots here and there, so I'm just going to cover those up. And again, a little bit goes a long way. It does not take long to just run this through your eyebrows really, really quick. And it really does make an immediate difference and makes you look a little bit more put together. And then if you want to take it to the next step, I use my Give Me Brow from Benefit. And this is just a wonderful little brow brush that kind of goes through and slicks down your eyebrows. It's very, very tiny. And not only does it slick them down to hold them, it also has some color in it, so it makes them a little bit darker. And then it also has little fibers that fill them in just a little bit more. And honestly, those two products will do you so well. I think Benefit does a great job with eyebrow stuff in general. There's something for everybody. There's every shade. And if you need different kinds of products, I guarantee you they probably have it. Alrighty guys, next up, I'm so excited. This is the brand new Supreme Gloss from Jeffree Star. This is in the shade Cookie Dough Fetish. Yes, Cookie Dough Fetish. It's a really pretty pink shade. I think it's kind of got a funny name. I love cookie dough. Who doesn't? And these are definitely unique wands. You see the scoop on this? It is just different. It's really, really big. Gives you a lot of product. So I'm just going to go for it. So this is such a cool wand. I really do think it gives you a ton of product. You can swipe it on really easily. You can guide it really well. I really, really like this color. It is such like a really pretty natural pink, really, really creamy. And again, it's really glossy, something I'm not used to. I normally wear a ton of mattes. So this is a little different for me. Great to wear around when you don't have to wear a mask. Otherwise, you're gonna get a lot of transfer. But love this color so far. Alrighty guys, so this is the finished look. I really like how it turned out. Like if you have any like paint sticks like that are chrome, or any of like the Stila sticks that have like the glitter, this is such like a great companion palette for anything that you want to pop on the eyes. Even if you want just a super nude look, these shadows are amazing. I know I'm going to get a ton of use out of this palette. The range of colors too, like you could do very similar looks, but they're all going to be neutral, which I think is a lot of fun. It gives me more opportunities for work because I really can wear that on an everyday basis. The gloss, again, I just really think it's beautifully pigmented for a gloss. I think that's unusual. A lot of glosses are normally very kind of see-through or not as opaque. This is super opaque on the first swipe. It's creamy, it's pigmented, it looks really nice. I'm not sure how long this wears. I'm hoping it wears a good amount of the day. And then for the concealer, which we also were talking about from Jeffree Star, again, I don't think it's my right shade. I do think it's a nice concealer. I don't think I will switch to it though. I prefer my Tarte Shape Tape or my e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I feel like those are comparable options. This is a little bit lighter and it's a little bit creamier. Those are going to be a little bit thicker, but also those are probably going to be a little bit more opaque as well. So still really nice. Love the packaging. Very opulent, very Jeffree Star. But I think part of it is this isn't my exact shade, and it's really hard to pick your exact shade on a website. I prefer to kind of see that in store, and now that's really hard to do with COVID anyway. So you kind of have to make some decisions. I recommend watching some videos, see if you can find somebody that's your shade, using it online. But I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a lot of fun. I will talk with you in the comments below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!